everyone. Huge welcome on the call here this evening. We are super excited to be here. And a huge thank you to Holly Stout, who is joining us from the USA, from home office. And I'm so grateful, Holly. Thank you so much for giving us your time. We know how precious your time is and what a busy lady you are. So thank you so much for joining us and for giving us all this information that we're going to learn about C9. So Holly, I'm not sure if you know, but we have just launched a campaign in Australia on the C9s. So it's all C9 related, all C9 talk at the moment. And I felt that the business owners there could do it a little refresher, because I think whether you're a brand new FBO or you're a more, well-established FBO, we can never hear it enough. And I know myself, it's good to hear it. The repetition is really good. And the more you hear it, the more confident we become and the more we can talk to people at ease about the program. And I know at the moment, I'm really encouraging all the business owners to do a C9 and to buddy up and have someone do it with them.
Yes, most important. Yeah, because then you're sharing in experiences, right? First of all, you've got a buddy that's holding you accountable and vice versa. And then when you do the program, you get your own language, so to speak. Like when you talk about repetition, it is so beneficial. We all learn different ways, but the more we learn consistently, the more the message becomes consistent, but our experiences are unique. And that's why it's important to do the program yourself. Because for you might have a different, aha moment throughout the program, or you may have different challenges than I do. And then we're bouncing those off of each other. And then the more people that contribute to that conversation, the more enlightened you really are to the possibilities of those challenges or those aha moments. And then you can actually create those moments and kind of seed your new customers with those moments. So I love that you're encouraging them to do the C9. That's a great place to start.
Absolutely. Well, I find myself, I've built a business, an awful lot of it around the C9 program. And I think that personal recommendation, if you can't tell somebody, I know how you feel. I felt like that, or I do understand, or I know the gel is going to be hard to take. You have, that and I think that's so important, and the personal recommendation, even just being able to talk about it on social media is so important.
I agree. I mean, we listen. Everybody is willing to try something one time. Yeah. And that first opportunity generally comes from a personal recommendation. So why not you and why not now?
Exactly. So Holly, let's start out by, I have some questions here. So I've reached out to everybody and asked, what are your top questions? What do you find that people ask? So to make your job easier this evening, what people want to know. So, what are the main, I suppose, the unique selling points of the C9? What are the main benefits of the C9?
So C9 is a nutritional change program. It's really an opportunity for you to focus differently on your eating behaviors, on how food makes you feel. It introduces you to the power of aloe first and foremost, right? As you're drinking your aloe, you start to feel your body respond in a different way. But it really allows you the opportunity to create a different association with your dietary habits. And it's done throughout a 9-day period that introduces you to the Forever products. But along that journey, your body is responding to the program in a very different way. And it allows you to connect to those behaviors and those responses to powerful products, and then also a proper way of eating. So it's revolutionary. First of all, it's so scientifically advanced. All of the products are of the highest quality. We control the quality process. We control the entire process for the aloe vera drinks from plant to product, meaning from the time the seed is planted to the time you take that beverage and put it in a glass and drink it, we own that entire process. We're a family company. My kids drink aloe. All of the executive team kids drink aloe. We all drink aloe because we know how safe and we know all of those quality processes that go into every step of the way. So the fact that it's governed by our quality methods, which, to be honest with you, are higher than most regulatory bodies. We perform tests, Neve, that are not regulatory required, meaning we go above and beyond and will perform quality tests that we know is the right test to perform, but it's not necessary in order to sell our products in countries. We just know it's the right thing to do. And those tests can be very expensive. And for us, it's just that peace of mind of just knowing that we are offering the safest, most effective products available. Now, pair that with a program that has been vetted by nutritionists, psychologists, dietitians, our scientists and our chemists, our scientific advisory board. All of them have reviewed different elements of this program. So when you pull all of that knowledge together, all those disciplines of science, all of those quality tests, the safety profile, and you pack it into 9 days, it's really a remarkable experience and really a journey that I think everybody needs to experience.
Everybody, absolutely everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that. I love the forever go above and beyond always. And they do always. You know, I've been drinking aloe vera now for 17 years. And yeah, I'm 17 years with forever, and I've been drinking aloe vera for 17 years. And my 3 children literally raised on aloe, and like that, you know, from babies. And they aloe vera. And even now they're teenagers. My eldest is nearly 21, and to still see them go into the kitchen in the morning, they take their gel, they take their supplements. I don't need to tell them because they were on it. You know, it's that one good thing that we know they're taking every morning.
And I've said it so many times, and I'll say it again for our new customers who are joining tonight. When you start your day drinking aloe vera gel, everything you do is better from that point on because of the nutritional value of aloe, but also the way it interacts in your body, the way it allows your body to grab onto more of those nutrients that you consume throughout the day, the way it helps your body process when you supplement with dietary supplements, the way that it helps your digestive tract and the gut, which we know is so important. I mean, we know so much more about gut health today than we've ever known in the past. And then just even the secondary benefits of hair, skin, and nails, and healthy immune support and healthy energy levels. I mean, you start your day with aloe, and everything else you introduce throughout the day into your body and on your body is processed in a more holistic way. So I love that your kids, I mean, 21 years old, first of all, you can tell you've been drinking aloe for 17 years because you don't look old enough to have a 21-year-old. But second of all, the fact that it's a routine for them, it's really what we want. It's a wellness routine. It's a routine that helps you just feel better. So I love that.
Well, trust me, it's not just aloe. They take all of the supplements. They take anything they can get their hands on. My 12-year-old even recently did a TikTok with all the Sonia skincare and all. They're all about aloe. That's all we use.
Okay, you need to send me the link so that I can get on and watch live.
Of her TikTok using all her skincare, and you know, she's 12, she has amazing skin for a 12-year-old. But like that, if she sees a little blemish or she sees something, Holly, she'll go and she'll take an extra shot of gel that day. She'll take one at nighttime. So, you know, and I look at our young people and I feel so grateful that they know about wellness and that they know about looking after themselves, because I think it's so important that we instill that in our children.
Absolutely. And you know, in today's world, the consumer is so much smarter today than even they were 10 years ago. And you talk about the youth being more health minded. You know, the media is in a way telling our story for us, which that's a really great thing to have, is when you have other media sources telling you about proper nutrition or proper wellness or the way to cleanse the body, the mind, the bad habits. It's really great. And it feels kind of like the media is now telling a story that we've been telling for 45 years. So it's kind of like, we've been, is aloe vera good for your gut? Well, yeah, we've known that for 45 years. Taking a nutritional opportunity to cleanse yourself from bad habits and to really kind of reassess your diet. Yeah, we've had a system like that for 20 years. So it's really nice to see the world kind of re-emphasizing the story that we have invented, created, and been telling for 45 years. So
I quite often say that with my team. You know, when I started doing this 17 years ago, there might have been one shelf of health products in a supermarket, if you were lucky. And there wasn't really health stores here in Ireland anyway. And now there's whole aisles dedicated to health and nutrition and health food stores everywhere. And you go into a pharmacy and half the pharmacy is all health and nutrition. So it's the times we're in, isn't it?
Absolutely it is. But here's the deal. Because of that, when you go in and you have this wall, like I've been to Australia and I've walked the pharmacies and it's the same. They have, you know, their whole wall of organics and bio or bio. I don't know how they say it in Australia, but they have, you know, different sections now that they'll take, you know, it's not just a wall of protein powders. It's your proteins that's organic. It's your protein that has got an isolate. It's your protein that has, you know, a sustainable story. And they've separated them. And you look at this and you get overwhelmed. You're like, what do I choose and why? Like, I see 4 different kinds of protein. What's going to make sense for me?
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of the Forever Business, is you eliminate all of that confusion through our FBOs. And by educating yourself on the benefits and being able to address an individual's questions and being able to make that personal recommendation. So now you've taken all of that confusion of someone walking in and saying, wow, I have no idea where to start. We as FBOs, we know where to start, and we're really smart because we've been doing it for a very long time, and it removes that frustration for the consumer. So it's just a great opportunity all the way around.
I say all the time, a confused mind says no. So if you have a consumer that's just confused, they walk away and they buy nothing because they don't know what to buy. And I think even when they look at the Forever range, there is so much that we need to streamline it to what they need, and to really be open and listen to your customer and find out their needs.
Yes, listening is something we don't do far enough. We're always thinking about what we want to say next. We need to ask relevant questions that really, with the intent to understand their needs. Because as you know, we've got it. Whatever they have the need for, we've got it. We just need to really go down deep to where we really understand not just the what they need, but why they need it. Because the why could change the what in a way. You know, if they're looking for something for energy and they need it because, you know, they're not sleeping well, that may be a different product than they're just waking up every morning tired, or they don't have energy by 2. That'd be a different product. And we wouldn't know that if we didn't ask those types of questions, those qualifying questions. So I love that. That's a beautiful concept.
Questions are the answers, isn't that it?
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah, they really are. They really are. Okay, so another question, Holly, how often can I do the C9? So, you know, you have a business owner, for instance, or a customer asking, like, what would we say safely to do the C9?
So I know we're talking to Australia specifically, but I have to answer this question in case we have somebody who's not in Australia. And that's with the introduction of DX4. We looked at the system as a whole and decided that it would be the safest to do C9 after every quarter DX4. So you would do quarterly DX4 and C9 twice a year. But our FBOs in the world, my understanding is they'll do it about every other month. It's honestly up to the individual. And this is where it gets a little tricky. We asked our FBOs and our consumers to listen to their body. If you begin the program and you aren't feeling well, it's okay to make slight modifications. Now, if you have some, you know, if you've got an upset stomach, you're going through a detoxification process, right? You're using supplements that are nudging the body to perform functions in a different way. We're asking you to be smart and listen to your body and make subtle adjustments as needed. But overall, we recommend that C9 is safe to do 4 times a year. I know our FBOs do it more, but from a scientific and from a corporate standpoint, I'm obliged to say it's safe to do 4 times a year.
Okay, amazing, amazing. But as you said, listen to your body, and I think that's very important.
Absolutely.
Well. Yes, yeah, I think that's across the range with all of the products that you're taking. Yeah. Okay, so another question is, why is the program not vegan? So what's in it that's not vegan?
I love that question. We have vitamin D in both the Therm and the Forever Light Ultra. It contains vitamin D, and the typical source of vitamin D is from sheep's wool. Now, it's harmless. It's not a process that we're actually, you know, destroying the animal. We're actually taking something that would otherwise be unused. But vitamin D is extracted from sheep's wool, and that is the one ingredient in the program that makes it so that it couldn't be vegan. So it's the trade-off. Do you want the benefits of vitamin D in the pure form, or do you want the program that's vegan? But it's vitamin D in both the shake and the Therm that create that it can't be vegan.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, another question. I know this pops up a lot with both programs. Breastfeeding moms and the C9. Why is it a no-go?
Because breastfeeding is considered a medical condition, these young mothers are feeding newborn life. We can't predict how things are going to interact in that beautiful process of a mother creating milk. And in the terms of pregnancy, even trying to get pregnant, post-pregnancy and breastfeeding, those are all considered medical conditions. We are not pharmacists. We are not doctors. We do not diagnose medical conditions. We don't treat them and we don't cure them. And because breastfeeding is it's such a beautiful act, we would not want to interfere. So here's what we recommend. Simply take the C9 to your doctor, to your OBGYN, or to your naturopath, or to your general physician. Have them look at the ingredients, look at the general system overall, and then advise. You have to know that it is a reduced calorie program and you do need calories to produce healthy breast milk. So it's a give and take. Ultimately, the decision is yours, but because breastfeeding is a medical condition, we just flat out say you need to consult a doctor.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have had customers in the past that are breastfeeding or new moms, and they actually use our shakes. So they use them as an additional, so not as a meal replacement, but when you're a new mom and you're tired and you're stressed and sleep deprived, like the vitamins in our shake are unbelievable to keep you going and keep you energetic. And
Absolutely.
that's a great alternative for someone looking for.
I love that suggestion. That's actually a really great supplement, right? Again, we're talking about the word supplement. So they're eating and they're getting all that, their nutrition, their calories, their healthy fats, proteins, carbohydrates and fiber from food. But then, they get depleted if they have multiple children or just that one-time first new baby. You just feel so tired. So it's a great supplement to add to your regimen to give you that punch of energy, right? Because you're right, there are the vitamins and the minerals.
When you're a new mom, sometimes you just forget to eat.
You really do.
So at least you know that you're getting those nutrients. So that's what I have found works really, really well. Okay. So another question, and again, I've been asked this an awful lot. I can't swallow tablets. I really, really struggle. Can I split the Garcinia? Can I actually take the liquid from the inside of the Garcinia?
So I wouldn't say take the liquid you wouldn't want to separate the liquid from the shell. Just know that the shell is not just there to hold the liquid in place. It's also to help support as it goes into your esophagus and down into your stomach, as it goes through your stomach acid process. That capsule holds it into a form until it's ready to release what the Garcinia benefits are. I would recommend if you do struggle with pill fatigue, or you do struggle swallowing pills in general or capsules, yes, you can cut it in half, but don't just drain the liquid. You need to at least maintain an element of the gel around it to preserve those ingredients so that they can bypass the different bodily functions and get to the right place in the body where the body can activate it and then leverage the benefits of the ingredients in Garcinia.
Okay. I actually get asked that quite a lot when people see the size of the Garcinia. They go,
I know it is big.
And small.
I've said even like a tablespoon of yogurt or honey. And I know that that's not necessarily on the C9 program, but it's not going to be terrible for you. Again, this is where you make slight modifications and you allow yourself. Is it better to, not take it because you can't, or is it better to take it with something that helps it slide down the throat a little bit better? I would say take it with a little bit of honey or some yogurt or something that makes it a little bit more slippery, if that makes sense. Yeah. But ultimately, if you do need to cut it, you can. Just don't drain it. Make sure that you're taking it all in so that some element of that protective shell remains intact.
Okay, amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, so nearly there. I am a diabetic. Is it safe? Somebody has asked.
Diabetes again is a medical condition. And this is somebody who has diabetes is definitely being treated by a doctor. Yeah. And at that point, we would advise them to take the C9 program to their doctor and let their doctor advise. Yeah. We don't know the medications they're on. We don't know the level of diabetes they're enduring. We would never recommend, but again, I am never afraid to encourage people to take these programs to their doctors because I know the benefits. Yeah. I know the safety. I know the quality. So I encourage people, take them to your doctors. But if your doctor says no, it's not because of the programs per se, it's the program plus you and your individual needs.
Yeah.
And it's not a no, it's just a not now.
Yes.
So that's something important for the FBOs to understand, is that a no is really honestly never a no. It might just be a not now. And so at some point in the future, as we learn more, or doctors, are studying different scientific methods, they may come across something and they think, gosh, I denied this patient C9 because of X, Y, and Z, and now I'm seeing new science. And we always want them to consult a doctor, but I encourage them to absolutely give them the kit, or give the ingredient listing, or give them the products, and let them take it to their doctors and let the doctors advise.
And I think that's the safest thing for the FBO regarding all questions regarding, ailments or medication, because we don't know. So put it back on them and let them go seek advice.
Exactly. I love that. And, people will think, well, thyroid or heart or brain, or, there are so many things that people say, well, that's not a medical condition. Allergies. Whatever they throw, can I take this if I have X, Y, and Z? If they have something, it's best to send them to their doctor and let them consult their doctor, because as you mentioned, it's the safe thing for the FBO, but it's also safe for their consumer. And I can tell you too, when you're fully transparent and you recommend that course of action, it instills a level of trust, because they think, oh, okay, you're not the person, you're not proclaiming to be a doctor or a naturopath or someone who's practicing homeopathy. You're being honest with me and transparent and encouraging me with your belief in the product to seek the proper medical attention that I would need in order to, take the product. So I think it just instills a sense of loyalty and a sense of trust.
Absolutely. So much that you're not just a pushy salesperson trying to sell it regardless, that you have their welfare at heart. And I think that's so important, because as you said, it builds up that trust. For sure. I think that is it on the questions. Oh, one more. Celiac, gluten-free. Is the program gluten-free?
So this is a great question, Neve. And unfortunately, I am not prepared enough to answer that question, because I don't know exactly which formula of Light Ultra is being sold in Australia. And I would not want to give an improper question. I can tell you it is a plant-based protein, and the plant that it's derived from is soy. Yeah. So in theory, most of the Light Ultra formulas do not contain gluten, or are fine for people who have celiac. But I don't want to give an emphatic, go for it in Australia until I understand. So if you will just permit me to look into the formula that's being sold in Australia and shoot you a quick message, and then you can send it out to the group, that would be great. But it is a plant-based protein. The plant is soy. And most of the formulas are gluten-free. So I just don't know.
Yeah. Look, you can confirm with me later, and I can let everyone know. That's not a problem. And you're so good. You're so good. All these questions just being shot at you. You're an amazing, absolutely fantastic. But I think it's really good to get feedback from the FBOs with questions like this. And for them, because I can guarantee most people listening in tonight have questions like this, and it's going to relate to them, or they can play back on this and say, what did she say about breastfeeding again?
I love that. Neve, can we just give like a little special bonus right now talk a little bit about Forever Therm?
Yeah.
Of its benefits.
Absolutely.
Forever Therm is probably one of my secret hidden gems.
Okay.
In my regimen. And it is there because it is a thermogenic, which means it helps to boost your metabolism. And as you're going through a nutritional change, you want that metabolism support. And our metabolism gets really sluggish as we go through life events, such as pregnancy, or even stress, marriage, a new student, starting a new job, buying a new house. There's so many things in life that cause your metabolism to slow down. And then age is the biggest culprit. For me, Therm is an amazingly healthy way to get natural sources of energy.
Okay.
And it's, you see a lot of people, they're drinking unhealthy energy drinks, or they're popping caffeine pills, or they're doing all sorts of bizarre things, too much coffee, which is very acidic in the body. They're drinking and they're finding ways to sustain them, because we're all overworked and we're tired, and we're doing more today than we've ever done before. This connectivity to all the social media platforms and to friends, it's an overwhelming life today. And for me, Therm is that beautiful kickstart in the morning that gives me that healthy source of energy. that sustains not only my metabolism, but also a mindset. It has ingredients and vitamins designed for cognition support. So it's really a wonderful product to do through the C9 program, but post C9, that with your aloe are two products. Those are products that I love that I think are often not talked about enough.
Yeah.
And Therm with aloe, as I mentioned, you'd use the aloe vera to help with that nutrient absorption. And then you take your Therm in the morning and it's that shot of healthy energy, and take what you need. Take the dose. If the recommended dose is too much and you feel that, you're not able to sleep in the evenings, cut it back by half a tablet or a full tablet or whatever makes sense for your body. Or if you have a day where you wake up and you think, gosh, I'm feeling pretty good, a cup of coffee or a fab or whatever you grab that day is giving you energy, you don't need to have it every day. It's not something you're going to become dependent on. But man, it's a powerful product with so many additional benefits beyond just supporting you through a 9-day program. So there you go, a little bonus tip of information.
Absolutely, my goodness, that makes me want to go and order Therm. I don't take Therm as a daily supplement, but I would sell quite a lot of them, but I don't personally take it. But like that, hearing it again makes me go, okay, why aren't I taking it? And it
I
is
love it.
wow.
Those crashes, like all the other products out there, if you drink, even some of these energy drinks, I'll drink it and I'll be like, oh, okay, 30 minutes, wow. And then all of a sudden I'm just a slug. But man, Therm, it just has this nice time released benefit where my body will just kind of take a little bit as it needs. And then I'll get that little punch of caffeine from the coffee bean, the green coffee bean. And it's just really a beautiful formula. And you have the additional benefit of it really revving the metabolism. So it has this multi-function effect in the body. And it's just a product that I really, really look to in the mornings when I need it. So,
well, I hope everybody now is going to be logging on after this and ordering their Therm. One more question that's just come to mind here, which might help the FBO. When someone has finished the C9, so whether it be themselves or their customer, they're finished the C9, what are your must-have products to follow on? Like, what do you feel? Obviously, our aloe vera gel, but what would you recommend to a customer, maybe, what they should do afterwards?
We have our Vital 5 program, which is truly a fundamental 30-day, program or product system that you would take. In my opinion, I think there are 3 products. So I would call it a Vital 3. Okay. And there are 3 products that every person today is deficient in and needs additional support in. And that is your probiotic, your daily vitamin, and your omegas. So if it were me, I would look for a source of an omega, a multivitamin, and a probiotic at the very, very minimum, and then always your aloe vera. Because as I mentioned, aloe vera, when you start your day, everything just kind of clicks a little bit better. So those would be the Vital 3 or Vital 4 for me. In the Vital 5 program, they also have RG+. That's a little... I could see why at some point in life it was considered vital, but for me, the absolute bare minimum must-haves would be a daily vitamin, an omega, and a probiotic, and your aloe vera.
Amazing.
And take them every single month. Like, these are products that you'll think, gosh, why am I not feeling so well? I can almost bet that if you are not taking your supplements consistently, if you start there, you ask the question, why am I not feeling well? And you look at your supplement regimen and you think, oh, I'm not doing as well taking my omegas, or I'm missing out a little bit on drinking my aloe. That's a great place to start, because most of us have those moments where we're just like, oh, I forgot to take it. You've got to do it consistently in order to get the benefits, but the benefits are infinitely so much better when you are consistent. So
absolutely. And I think as well, we've all come across customers, or quite often ourselves. I know when I looked at Forever and I joined, I was quite young. I was only 24. I never took any supplements. I wasn't taking anything. I was kind of saying, sure, I'm fine. I'm fine. And what I learned was I was definitely running on about 50% of what I should have been. So even though I was fine, our bodies are very resilient, and we keep going, and we keep going until our body tells us to stop and we become unwell. And I, at a very young age then started drinking aloe vera. And it was only when I started drinking aloe consistently, and James, the two of us, that we realized how unwell we really were beforehand. And, you know, it was only that consistency of drinking it. And I think as a business owner, that was definitely one of the keys to my success, because I could confidently say to people, you know, you do not know how well you feel until you consistently drink aloe. And then you suddenly are jumping out of bed in the morning, have bounds of energy, and you're like, okay. So even when we go on holidays, Holly, like we go to, you know, the Canary Islands, or we go to Spain, or wherever we go, we order our aloe vera, we have it delivered to our hotel. It's there when we arrive, because we
Love
just,
that.
yeah, so we just can't be without it. It's just one of the non-negotiables in our life.
I
But
love that.
I think
Yeah.
so many people are going around not knowing how well they can feel. And that
Yes.
is the truth.
Yes. You don't want to feel well enough. You don't want to feel well enough. You want to feel vitality and energy, and you want that internal motivation, and it's achievable. You know, you'll have somebody sitting here and they'll be like, no, that can't be me. I'm not built that way, or
Yeah.
my mind just doesn't work that way. But what if it did? Like, you've got a 50% chance either way. And if you could change the thought to say, well, what if it did? Like, what I could worry about being unwell, or I could worry well, and the worry well is going to just as much have 50-50 chance either way. Why couldn't you go for the positive and just watch how it impacts you? Because the products really do work. And when you put that mindset into, I want to be well, and I'm willing to do what it takes to get what I want, which is the consistency in the products, taking the products every day, sharing the products, you know, doing your business, or just recommending them to your consumers and keeping that healthy retail business going. Whatever you do, you have to be willing to do what it takes. And we know, you and I, as well as millions of FBOs around the world, when you're willing to do what it takes, the benefit, the payoff is so huge. So take a gamble. Let's not go 50% negative if it's not going to work. Let's think about the 50% if it's possible that it can work, and just try that. Because either way, it's, you know, you can worry about one thing or worry about the other. Let's worry in the positive way and watch the benefits of aloe in your life.
Absolutely, absolutely. Become a raving fan, isn't that it? Become a raving fan yourself, and then it's so easy to share these products.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, Holly, that was absolutely fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed this evening, and I'm really, really excited about the C9 and about the promotion we have in Australia at the moment. And I know I've had lots and lots of messages from you guys that have already bought your 2 C9s, because when they buy 2 C9s, Holly, they get a free bottle of aloe vera gel with it at the moment. Yeah,
that's a great deal.
Isn't it?
Goodness.
Yeah, I know.
Buy one, share one, sell one, right? Do it together. Oh, that's amazing.
Exactly.
That's
So
great.
do one, get a buddy to do one, and then you have your free bottle of aloe vera gel to keep going with as well. So it's really, really good. So guys, make sure you log in, you get your promotional before it finishes up. And next week we have a really, really special webinar. So I am doing a webinar next week that you can invite your customers to. So it's going to be, it's going to be myself and a gorgeous lady called Gina Ryan. And Gina is a sports advisor and a nutritionist as well. She's a manager in Forever here in Ireland. She's absolutely fantastic. And we're going to be doing a webinar all around sugar cravings and how to beat your sugar cravings, but in a way that you're not going to deprive yourself. So we're going to be talking about the C9, talking about the Garcinia afterwards, and putting a really good spin on it that your customers are going to absolutely get on this webinar, and they're going to come off and say, I want a C9, I want a C9. So we're going to have the link ready to go tomorrow morning, with some promotional material that you can use on your socials as well, for yourself and your customers. So Holly, this is going to be a really, really exciting webinar for everyone to get their customers onto. I'm really, really excited about it as well. We've done it here in Ireland a few times and it's gone very well, because I think sugar is a big thing, isn't it, Holly? A lot of people addicted to sugar.
Absolutely. Addiction's everywhere, but sugar is probably the most nefarious in a way. It hides in so many places that we don't think. And we're not, unless you're truly watching it, you're not aware of where it hides. And so it's absolutely, the minute you eat it, those little bacteria in your body are like, give me more, give me more, give me more. We don't realize that there is something inside us, like live microorganisms that are saying sugar, yum, and then they trigger the brain. I'm sure you're going to go into all of that. In fact, I want to tune in. It sounds fascinating.
It's
Yeah.
going to be really good. Yeah, it's going to be really, really good. And it's yeah, so I'm super, super excited about it. So thanks a million, guys. Holly, thank you very much. I know your time is so precious, and I really, really appreciate that you've taken time out of your day to join us. And we will talk to you soon. I'm going to nab you again for another Zoom very, very soon.
Sending you big hugs and loves and the best of success.
Good night, everybody. Good morning, whatever time it is. See you guys.